What you're about to see is obviously a response that was triggered by Louis Cannoli. If I say that wrong, I really don't care. Louis is one of the owners of Vertical Doors, Inc. I mentioned Autumn, I mentioned Nick, I mentioned Danny, and I mentioned Rob. All of those names that I just mentioned right now, all of them are representatives or employees and or owners or GMs of Vertical Doors, Inc. Obviously, as everyone knows, Vertical Doors and Eikon Motorsports had a big, huge, massive falling out that was 100% because of what they did, their decisions, well, our decision to leave them, but because of their actions and their inability to run a company in a professional way. And if I'm being completely honest, and I know 99.9% of anyone that's gonna watch this won't comment and won't say anything, and that's fine, you don't have to. I'm not begging for it, I'm not asking, I'm asking. But if you are a company and you have sold or dealt with anyone from Vertical Doors, please, 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 please comment. Tell the world on our channel if I'm wrong or right, that this is the mentality, this is the behavior, this is what you guys are tired of dealing with Vertical Doors. I wish nothing more than we had all the top 5, top 7 popular kits that we were done, so we can help every single one of the retailers that have reached out to us that are like, can you make a Prowler kit? Can you make this kit? Can you make the, I'm just so tired of dealing with Vertical Doors. I can't stand Nick. I can't stand dealing with, like, I get it. Trust me, for years I've dealt with it. I get it and I understand it. But for the past 5 years, I have just let these rumors and these lies build up and build up and build up on social media, Facebook groups, all these different things. And I've never really actively defended it. I've never said any way, shape, or form like a difference of anything until obviously now in this video that you're about to watch. Then and now I have. So whether you guys comment or not to like validate what I'm saying is true, I appreciate it and I thank you if you have and if you do, but it's not a necessity. I'm just kind of hoping that somebody does, you know, to like be like, you know, he's not lying. He's telling the truth. They're difficult to work with. But I also, at the same time, I understand why you wouldn't, because for years they had me by the balls and my company by the balls too. And I get it. And that's Vertical Doors Inc.'s mindset, mentality, and their operational pathway is we're going to treat everyone like crap because we know there's no place else that these people can go to get this product that they want. And that's the power that they have. And I'm not faulting them for making something that people want. I'm thankful that they made something that people wanted. But it doesn't give anyone the right to treat people like crap. Nothing gives you the ability to mistreat someone, to think that your shit doesn't stink, or to think that you can just treat someone with nothing but disrespect or disregard for anything. So honestly, this is a lot of rant and rave that you're about to watch, like the first 20 something minutes of it. And I do apologize, but at the same time, I really don't, because I feel like moving forward, I mean, we've got a long list of videos that have been pre-recorded from months ago, but moving forward, minus like the next like 6 or 7 videos, I'll try to do something. I might do something like this too, where I kind of chime in after the fact or after editing the video to talk about it more. But I'm trying to switch, and I'm going to be switching up some of the way that the videos are, like the presence of them, the direction of them, but I want to give people more of me, more of like what I'm doing behind the scenes, behind Eikon or outside of Eikon in general. I just want to give people more of an insight to who I am and to understand that I do not, will not, have not, and never will screw, scam, lie, cheat, steal, or mislead anyone ever. Yes, I've gone through some shit. Yes, I have fired every single employee at Eikon Motorsports, starting with a lot of different people because of my separation with my ex. I didn't know who to trust because everybody knew who she was. They were talking, blah, 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 blah. I got rid of everyone. And then she has been compounding, like piling onto that. She's been weaponizing my daughter, using that against me. All of these different variables that have came into play has caused me to just break in so many different ways personally that I'm struggling, and I have been struggling. Getting a lot better, I'm doing a lot better, but I am a one-man show. It is just me. It's like back in the old days, and I'm loving it and I'm hating it at the same time. Not everyone watching this hasn't heard some of this stuff, because obviously I've talked to a lot of you guys. I just wanted to set some precedents to this and explain that I am doing better. Eikon is doing great. We are building things back. We are coming back. The V2 is fucking phenomenal. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit. It's so rigid, so solid. And I cannot wait for the people that are waiting. I cannot wait to get to you guys and get your installations done. I cannot wait to meet you. And I hope you're as excited as I am to get this past 5 years of Eikon's history behind us. And keep in mind too, if you're watching this and you're on the fence, like, we've been around for 20 plus years. It's only recently that we've had any negativity. There's a reason for that, because we separated and we split from vertical doors. So it's tactics. That's all this is. It's tactics. And then we've fired some installers that have gone on to do their own thing to also engage. Then yes, we made a product that we called it the V1, and there was some problems with the V1. I'm sorry that I'm not perfect, and I'm sorry that I can't design something from nothing that's golden and great from the very first time. It's called trial and error, and that's what it was. So I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe and share at the end. So apparently the owner of Vertical Doors Inc., yes, the actual owner, decided to jump in the comments of one of our posts this morning and say, don't buy from Eikon. I've got to say, it's a bold marketing strategy. I mean, most companies run ads or improve their products, but hey, if leaving hate comments on competitors' posts are your thing, by all means, go for it. Now, I never tell anyone where not to buy. I just find it interesting that this company that's claiming to be the original feels threatened enough by innovation that they have to type instead of tightening up their own design. The difference between Eikon and Vertical Doors is pretty simple. We evolve, they recycle. We test, improve, and engineer, they copy and comment. And while they're busy typing, we're here in hotels, out actually installing doors. So to the owner of Vertical Doors, Louie, thank you. Sincerely. Every time you mention our name, our traffic spikes. So much so that you've probably sold more of our kits this month than we have. So thank you. So for everybody watching, do your research, watch the installs, talk to our customers, talk to real C8 owners with the V2 series on their car, and see why they chose the V2. Because innovation doesn't need permission, especially from the guy who told you where not to buy from. We are Vertical Doors. Simply better, and apparently better at handling competition too. He has been since going on a rampage like a child with, why are you continuing to believe your own lies and blah blah blah. And I asked, and he never responded, to which lie are you referring to? I genuinely want to know, because I didn't say anything. I took a screenshot. Are you saying that I'm lying about the screenshot? I don't genuinely know like what the lie you're talking about is. It started out that way. Then, when discovering all of the other crap that he was posting, first and foremost, you're the owner of Vertical Doors. Why are you acting like a child? Let me say it in an even better way that should appeal to your arrogance. Why are you responding to a child like a child? Does that make you feel better? Because I called myself a child? I hope it does. Are you mad about the V2? Are you mad about the V1? Are you just mad that we make vertical doors in general? What's angering you? Do you remember the phone call we had years ago? Where I said to you, I don't want to have to make doors at all? Do you recall that phone call? Because I certainly do. The relationship between Eikon and Vertical Doors is a very interesting one. And one that for years, I have for the most part, not really talked about, especially publicly. Because I feel as a business owner, I should probably act like one and not participate in kind of like childish games, like commenting on our status. Don't buy from Eikon. Like an annoying scratch. You can only ignore it for so long until you just inevitably have to respond to it, because it's like it just never goes away. And I don't mean that on a business level. I just mean that on an annoyance level, as far as like you and your staff. Like, I don't lose sleep over Vertical Doors. And I'm not saying that you're losing sleep over Eikon Motorsports. I'm not saying that. I will say that you are spreading around a lot of crap. Propaganda, one might say, that just, for what reason? Sorry, this is a tight clip. So I just don't understand the reason for that. And I'm just being as honest as I possibly can. Because what I'm getting as far as feedback from people who call us on a daily basis, honestly, they're like, what is going on with the people over at Vertical Doors? Why are they so hateful? And why are they acting like children? And we're getting more people interested in working with us because of your guys' behavior. And I'm just being honest with you. And I think if there are adults over there at Vertical Doors, which I know that there's adults over there, or I responded with a video to your comment. And your comment was simply, don't buy from Eikon. And I responded. Because at that point, you became that itch that I cannot ignore. I have to find out what this is. I have still yet to find out, but I am still very well intrigued into what it is. I need to get some new crescents. And the thing is I didn't even block you. And I'm still not blocking you from the Eikon's social media pages. I completely believe in your right and your freedom and your constitutional right to freedom of speech, even though I would be completely justified to eliminate the type of speech that you're saying on our page, but I'm still allowing it. And the things that you keep posting are things that are either about a V1 series from years ago, which we've perfected in the V2, or you're posting some record from Richard Eikon that says that I was arrested, to which my response is, do a search and look for that arrest. Is it real, or was it just part of the propaganda wagon for Eikon Motorsports? It's just a genuine question, because the last I've looked, nothing shows up in the state of Arizona, which that's where the images that you're posting say that I was quote unquote arrested for fraud, as I'm here at a customer's house doing an install for a kit that he called and ordered, but it's fraud. It's not real. You were playing the biggest game of cat and mouse for some reason that's just unknown to me. Would it be called cat and mouse? I don't even know what it would be called. It's ridiculous. I know I can at least call it that. Childish. That's another thing I could for sure call it, but I don't know why. And the only real things that I can think of is, which things that I know from selling and installing your guys' products for so many years, is you absolutely hate competition. You despise competition. You despise anyone selling kits but you. That I know for a fact, because I know you. And you can't say that I don't know you, because you know that I know you. And the whole world that is in this industry or relevant to this industry knows that I, Tim Court from Eikon Motorsports, knows who you are and has dealt with Vertical Doors for many, many years. And again, you've hurt our reputation. Not gonna lie. Congratulations. I'll give you that. You've hurt our reputation. You know, we lost a lot because of you and because of your aggressive, borderline illegal, in my opinion, approach to hurting our reputation, to stomp us while we're little, and while we can't compete with you, and while we don't have a kit. You tried, but what you ultimately ended up doing was fueling the perfection process of the V1. The V1 was shit. How long are you gonna keep riding the same train that I've already admitted? How long? But something inside of me tells me that it will go on until Eikon is gone, because that's how you think, and that's how your mindset works. But Louis, I'm not going anywhere. And you should be scared, because that's the only other reason why I can think of that you can't stop talking about us. I think that you're scared of our market share growing and growing, and us getting bigger and bigger, because as we get bigger, you get smaller. We make one kit for now. We're almost done with our C7 kit. I'm excited about that. And we have a long list of people that are waiting for our C7 kit to come out, and they're also excited. But not as excited as I am. I promise you that. Nonetheless, I just really want to know, what's your problem? I'm just not going to play the game. What I will do, clearly, and what I am doing now, crap! See, talking to you has made me forget to remove the frickin' door stopper. See, we make mistakes. Now I gotta take this whole door panel off again and then remove the speaker. Get access to the door stopper. I think is that right, Louis? Is that how I get to the door stopper? Just asking. But I'm not gonna let you distract me again. Company that you guys are riding, basically the company that you're using that replaced us when we said, hey, we're no longer gonna sell your stuff, which is Brandon Bocchino Motorsports. What's funny is that he didn't know a lick of thing about anything until coming and working for Eikon Motorsports. And now he's your best friend. And he'll continue to be your best friend until they outgrow you too. And that's the problem that you guys have, is you don't like anyone or any company, as you yourself have told me, that gets any kind of limelight or attention in the spotlight. It drives Rob nuts, right? Doesn't it? Doesn't it, Rob? Drives you nuts that anyone mentions anyone but you? Because that's what Louis said on the phone when the C8 came out. And Eikon was all over Fox News and Car and Driver and Motor Trend and all that stuff. And you know, reading those articles, still to this day you can read those articles, it clearly mentions in there that we sell and install vertical doors products. But that wasn't good enough for you, was it, Rob? Louis enjoyed that. Louis didn't have a problem with that, or at least he didn't say he did. But it seemed to upset you. And then we continued to grow and grow and grow. And then guess what happened? We were faced with issues and frustrations from our customers. But why? Was it because you guys were promising kits within a certain timeline and that timeline would come and go? Was that the reason? I mean, I still have the emails that would show that it was. What we did that really, really set you guys off at Vertical Doors, what really pissed you guys off, is when customers were calling us because Jessica would ask you guys, because she dealt with customers more so than I did at that time. She would ask you, hey, Vertical Doors, what's the current timeline on how long it takes for customers to receive their kits? And you guys would say, almost like clockwork, on repeat, 6 to 8 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks is what you guys would typically say. And therefore she would, and I would relay that to said customer that was calling Eikon Motorsports of how long they can expect to wait to receive their kit. Because at that time, kits were coming from you, were they not? Because you're the manufacturer, are you not? I thought you were. I think you are. I mean, I still know that you are. I know that you are. Your kits are made in China, but it doesn't change the fact that you're the manufacturer. You're just not the one making them, and that's fine. Some you do. But again, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I never had an issue with that. In fact, the ones from China are better than the ones that you make. So I enjoyed the ones that came from China, if I'm being completely honest with you. But what really, really, really pissed you guys off was when customers would call us and ask us, and they would be pissed, right? They'd be upset. But they'd call us and they'd be like, I ordered my kit 6 or 8 weeks ago or 10 weeks ago. It still hasn't shown up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And we got so fed up with telling them the same thing over and over. So what we started to do was give them your number and have them call Vertical Doors and have them say, hey, Vertical Doors, I'm so-and-so and I placed an order with Eikon Motorsports for a kit over 12 weeks ago. And I still haven't got it. And I called them and they told me to call you. And your guys' response to them was, we sent them your kit. You guys just could never ever show any form of accountability. Ever. It was mind-boggling. And then there was a Facebook post that was made and we got our account blocked by Miss Autumn for about 2.5 weeks because of a Facebook post. Now, if that is professionalism, or if that isn't professionalism, I don't know what is, especially considering the specifics of said post on Facebook. At that time, we were an installation company. We saw shitty installation. We asked questions about said shitty installation. And in the original poster's post on Facebook, guess what he didn't do? He didn't mention who did the install. He didn't mention where it came from. Guess who did mention where that install came from? It was Autumn when I landed off the plane, and then also Nick in his little bipolar episode when he called me when I was sitting on the plane and saying, this isn't going to be a conversation. I'm just letting you know that if we find out you ever talk crap about vertical doors again, blah, 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 blah. And I did one of these. Okay. Because I genuinely, at that time, I had no clue what he was talking about or referring to until I landed and Autumn confirmed. Said install was done by Vertical Doors. And my response was, maybe instead of the hatred and the anger that you're showing towards me, maybe you, the owner of not only the manufacturer or the kit, but also the location where that install came out of, maybe you should be upset that it looks that bad. I feel like that's a pretty legitimate thing to question. I mean, I don't even have to go into details about how legitimate that question is. But that turned into, which I have all the text messages still, was, you know, Autumn, the reality is if everyone just got along better and communicated better, we would all do so much better and we all could make so much more money. To which your response was, you're right, effectively, immediately, you can no longer buy kits from Vertical Doors. We'll ship out all the kits you have on order, but you can no longer buy kits. Now I said, okay. 2.5 weeks later, I get a phone call from you, Louie. And I remember this very vividly because I'm in Wickenburg doing a Plymouth Prowler install at the time. And I go and I stand out and I'm walking back and forth against this beautiful brick wall of this customer's house. Can't remember his name or I would mention it. But you asked me what happened. And I said, I find it weird that you, the owner of Vertical Doors, has to call me and ask me what happened within your own company. You also said that Rob also said that he didn't understand why Autumn did what she did. And you both thought it was ridiculous and stupid. What can we do to get you back? And what did I say, Louie? I said, well, first off, we don't want Nick. We want nothing to do with Nick. So you said, okay, done. You gave us Danny. And then we said, those postcards that you've asked us to send you for installation purposes, actually use them and put them in kits. And you said, okay. But you never did, because shortly after this whole situation, you then came to me to buy your company. Am I lying about that? Is that also a lie, Louie? Because I have the emails for that one. And I said, okay, I'm going to consider this. Came out there multiple different times, had conversations, and then one of those conversations was, what are we going to do with the C8? Okay. C8 sudden came out at this point in time. And what I think happened is the C8 finally came out during negotiations and you saw how popular it was. And then you didn't want to sell it anymore. So then it was just, let's treat Tim and Eikon like shit. Let's jack their prices up so ridiculously high they don't make any money, which you did. Which, first and foremost, and anyone that sells your guys' products, feel free to comment, because we all know this is true. Your guys' wholesale price is so fucking high, it's not even profitable anyways. We're making $100, $200 maybe because of the price that you say that we can and can't sell shit at. Like, it's a joke, but yet you yourselves will sell your own stuff on eBay under fake names. And then when who caught you? Oh, that's right, I caught you doing that because I called the number in one of the eBay listings and you guys answered. And I was like, how the hell is that possible? You have MAP pricing where you restrict minimum advertised pricing. We can't compete with you, the manufacturer. So let's just move on. Like, for real. Like, for real. Let's just move on. Because we have. You guys clearly haven't. And I feel bad for you all at Vertical Doors that you haven't moved on from that. You're not balls enough to call me on the phone. You're just a keyboard warrior now, which is ridiculous to me. And I'm not going to entertain or acknowledge that you even exist anymore because there's just no, let me pause this because I'm going to get a copyright strike. I just think that there are many different ways that you guys could have gone about this whole situation, but you chose to go about it the most childish and ridiculous way. And you want to bully me and bash Eikon like it is affecting me in any other way other than making yourselves look ridiculous to customers that are calling us, telling us that, my God, Vertical Doors looks ridiculous. They look pathetic. And it's true. It is true. But continue to do it because it helps. And it's the nicest thing you could do after all the damage that you guys genuinely did cause for us. So please continue to talk about us in your negative way, because it's actually now starting to help us because of what we've actually produced, which was the V2, and that is blowing up right now. And I think you guys know that, and I think ultimately that might be what this is about, is that holy shit, all this shit we talked about Eikon, and you were able to continue to do with the V1 because yes, the V1 had some slight issues here and there, and we publicly admitted that. We discontinued that and then released the V2. We did something in 3 years, 4 years that you've had 27 years to do and you still haven't done it yet. So is that why you're mad at me? It's just a genuine question. I'm just trying to be honest. Is that what the issue is here? My God, this is a beautiful Z06, isn't it though? Didn't mean to change the subject, but I felt like this is beautiful. I didn't even get to enjoy what I was doing on the passenger side door because I was talking to you. I like this. I like this. Oh, and I don't know if you can see the marks down here. Go check the passenger side too. This is just a little side note, sidetrack, because I truly am tired of talking to Louis. But not so much on the driver or the passenger side. But people are online. I'm also tired of seeing your guys' crap about, oh, you're stupid, you're faking, you're pretending, get a Lambo, blah, 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 blah. There's no reason to do it. Now, the reason is because these doors are wide. And maybe you're young, and maybe you're bendable, or limber, or flexible. But let's not ignore the tens of hundreds of thousands of people out there that are on the planet that might have either had an injury, whether it's from military service, from first responder work, from a disability, from just old age. Like, let's not ignore the hundreds of thousands of people that suffer from mobility issues. And let's just for a minute pretend and act like there might be people that can't bend my knee the way I can bend mine. And then you'd understand why some people are doing this to their car or would want to do this to their car. But no, instead you'd rather be on Facebook and just make them feel like shit for doing something that they know would make their lives with their car better and easier for them. But you want to belittle these people because they don't see it your way. I truly don't know what's happened to this world or this country or what. I don't know what it is, but there's so much hate out there. There's so much hate, and a lot of it's directed towards me, but a lot of it's just out there. It's just out there. But I don't understand why it's directed towards me from you guys, from Vertical Doors. I don't understand that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I didn't do anything wrong to Vertical Doors at all. I did nothing wrong with you other than stop buying your stuff. That's all I did. I stopped buying your stuff. And you didn't like that you weren't making $60,000+ a month for me. You didn't like that. Seems like a you problem. Did you see it?
What?
I don't want to get.
I heard.
Yeah. I don't want to get too excited yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. What'd they say to you when you went?
Oh, they're like, call UPS. I'm like, you're UPS. They're like, no, we're just a UPS store. Hey, man.
He's gonna drive off. I don't know. It's not looking promising. Poor AJ has driven to a UPS store to try to get information, and he keeps getting the runaround when we call the 1-800 number from UPS, because everything was supposed to be delivered Saturday, and the kit was. And came over, met AJ. I'm like, I've seen this movie before with UPS where they lose shit, and I didn't want to start the install, but they just gave him paperwork, so we'll see what they say. They didn't give him the package, obviously, but
He didn't have it. So he's given me the number for the center that actually does the deliveries. Like they schedule everything for Santa Clara and Sunnyvale. So he said call them, maybe they'll be able to find it.
I am literally at a standstill here. Nothing that I can do. We are waiting for UPS, and during that process, I'm just going to continue doing some editing on the next video. And watch, by the time I pull everything out to set it up, he's gonna show up. I am almost done though. So I'm here in Santan Valley, Arizona, and okay. So I'm gonna continue to do this until UPS comes driving up, because the car's done. I mean, it's as done as it could possibly be for me not having the shocks and the caps. So, well, I knew it. I'd get all set up, start editing, and then Mr. AJ chased down the UPS guy. I like that. I like that. There's a flight that leaves tonight at 9:55. And hopefully I can make it. Obviously, I've already installed the kit, sitting here waiting for the shocks and the caps to come with UPS losing the second package. So I'm just going over, making sure that everything is functioning, everything has been installed correctly, checking out the door here, making sure everything is just good to go. Literally don't have anything else to do right now, literally just waiting for the package to show up, finishing the technical install part of the vehicle. I was so angry when it came time to, like right now when I was editing this video. Obviously I'm talking, he's talking, but you hear nothing out of our voices or out of our mouths. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that upsets me, but one thing the most that upsets me is that AJ works for a big, huge tech company. I won't say the name of it. AI actually is the one that recommended our kit over the competitor kit. He was thrilled with the outcome of this install. Absolutely loves it. He talks so much about it, and I don't have the dang audio for it, and I apologize so much for that. And I absolutely love the drone shots. The drone really allows us to step up that game to get some nice imaging, nice video, nice aerial, whatever you want to say. Like, I just am thrilled with kind of the overall whole package that we can put together with the cameras on the ground and obviously the drone. So until next time, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you later.